Okay, YouTubers, this is video number 4 that I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the carburetor cover. There's a needle jet underneath there, and I want to remove that and clean it and inspect to make sure everything's okay inside there, because this symptom here when the needle jet sticks is when you start it up, you go to throttle it, it wants to stall. Now Texas Coater had done a video on this, which I thought was excellent, and he's the one that basically mentioned the cause and what the fix is. So I'm going to remove this very carefully, because there is a spring underneath there, and when that spring comes off, you don't want to lose the spring. So I'm going to take this off very, very slowly, so not to lose that spring. And the spring goes on just like this. Now there's also a diaphragm underneath that. It sits on the carburetor, and there's a little notch right here where for the alignment of this diaphragm, and inside this is the needle jet. What happens is the needle jet sticks, and she's pretty dirty. So I'm going to clean the surface here inside the carburetor, clean the needle jet and its surrounding holding pin that contains the needle jet. And if you see, you can move the needle jet in and out. It moves slowly, but it sticks. So again, this is the needle jet, this is the diaphragm that goes on there, and there's a key basically. It's got a little handle, looks like a handle, goes onto the carburetor, so you know how to put it back in. It's not a big deal putting it back in. It's got like an O-ring on it, a permanent O-ring that fixes itself into this little groove here on the carburetor. So it's kind of a you can't miss thing. Now, just to wipe that out a little bit, because there is a little bit of varnish in there. The old gas, and you know, unfortunately this thing sits a lot. And I've got some carb cleaner. I'm going to spray a little bit of carb cleaner in there. To help clean it out a little bit. I don't want to leave it just like that, so take a little bit of carb cleaner and spray inside there a little bit. Do is I use a little bit of carb cleaner on this to on the jet itself, because there's a little brown band on there. It tells me that's where she's sticking. So real good. There's any carburetor cleaner residue out of there. Got a couple of good sprays in there. That's pretty much it. There's really nothing much else to it. There's a little hole down at the bottom. Can't miss. So put it back, basically. You just set the O-ring itself right back into the groove. And this is a little finesse to do this, obviously, but it's not that big a deal. I don't know if this is something you should replace, this diaphragm, with the needle jet. You should replace periodically. I don't see why, unless the needle jet was actually damaged, which that is not the case. So, well, she went in there pretty good. Take the spring, set the spring back in there. It's pretty much keyed, so you can't miss on how to put it back on there, that's for sure. Now the Texas coder had a hard time with this screw when he was doing his, and that kind of worried me, but I didn't have that problem though. It turned out there like a charm, so I'll leave well enough alone. Not going to torque them down. It's got to have a good seal, I know that, but that's pretty much it. Basically, just put the wire harness back here in, put the clamp, wrap the clamp back around it, and that is done. That should fix my problem with the acceleration when you hit the throttle. So it was dirty, there's no doubt about that. The next one, I think I want to do is I want to do the brakes. I'm not going to bore you guys with taking this all apart, but I'll do the brakes next. And because I think I'm going to take the wheels off. I want to take the wheels off anyways because I want to paint those chrome. Add chrome wheels to the total picture here. So I still got to take the hub off for the speedometer head. I still have to take that off. Got a good picture here on that. Real quick. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to take this off. I got to remove this yet. This is a speedometer head. Take these two plasticware covers off, and then I have to pull the front fender off and also do a repair. Once I do that, I'm going to take the bike, set it aside basically, and start my project on the body panels, which are, again, right here. That's one of the body panels, and there's the other one. And I didn't show, but this one here, this body panel here, when you take this off, it actually spread it in. So when you put it in there, it's in like this. And on the top half here, there's a piece that goes right here. When you want to take it off, you just pull it apart a little bit and it pulls right away. But when you put it on, you spread it apart, put it on, and then there's another little Tupperware piece, if you will, that holds it together. Wraps it around the neck of the bike right here. One of the things that I noticed on my daughter's bike is she complained about is the handlebar comes loose. It wants to turn. So this here, this big nut, bolt and nut assembly, it looks like it's a little loose. What I'm going to do is I'll put it in the clamp of the bike lift, clamp the tire together, clamp the tire down, and tighten this up. Align the handlebar correctly and then tighten this up, because I don't think it's tightened enough. So those are the next things I'm going to do, and I will start up another video when I have these removed, letting you know the status, and then I'm going to set up to do a video when I start painting this thing, gearing it up for painting. So I got to take the body panels apart, and I'll show that in a video too. So for right now, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and any comments, definitely appreciated. Criticism, tricks, tips is all appreciated. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you in a little while.